So next, I'm going to do a quick presentation, and so I purchased a Bar Mills scale model works water tower. This is a resin kit. I don't normally purchase kits. I purchase kits that would be very difficult for me to scratch build, and this one would fit that bill. It they call it the water tower at Cranberry Yard. It's a very nice little kit. It's O scale, of course. It's sized for ON30. Probably could get away with it for ON3, but it's not large enough for O gauge. But it's perfect for me because I'm in ON30. It was $90, which isn't crazy. Most of my scratch builds cost about $20 in materials, but once in a while, why not? So the kit comes with basically three principal resin castings. This very large, relatively cube, which is the base, and then the water tower itself, and then the roof, the spout, and the various supporting mechanisms to hold the spout are 3D printed. And then it gives you some wood and some other things, but it's principally these three pieces. So the first thing I do is I wash them with a Dawn dishwashing soap to get rid of any potential mold release. Oop, jeez. So then with this surface primer from Tamaya, I sprayed the water tower itself, the roof, and all four sides of this the base, the rock base. This gives the paint something to bite to. I started with itself. I took a very inexpensive acrylic paint, the little, and I started with my base color. And then I went back with this time I used mineral spirits and an oil-based paint. I took burnt umber and then mineral spirits, odorless mineral spirits. I wanted to highlight the grain on this water tower. And then I began showing on most of these water towers, there's like a mold. So I took black acrylic paint and white acrylic paint, and I mixed them, and I dabbed it on the base of this water tower. Then I went with a rust-colored acrylic paint and painted these bands. And you'll see as I go back, I'll add additional colors and weathering to this whole thing. Then for the base itself, I just painted it gray, basically, acrylic paint again, and I used pan pastels to get some variation in the color. So I just took, it already had gray on it, but I took a gray acrylic paint, and then with pan pastels, I put a little brown on the bottom to show as if mud was bouncing up here. This is a military German gray green that I use frequently, and I painted this with the same color I painted the band with. So basically, this is just gray primer, gray paint, and then pan pastels, a dark black up top, a medium gray in the middle, a lighter gray on the bottom, and then a little brown to show as if mud would splash up. They provide these, which are in essence 4x4s, roughly, in these sticks, as you saw in the beginning. I stained them with a 100-line stain. I super glued a perimeter of this material, and then I cut with my chopper these in length here, and then just super glued them on. I used one of these as a spacer so that I would, oops, mouse is sensitive. I I took a scrap piece of wood that was slightly wider than these, we'll call them 4x4s, and I just super glued them on one at a time. Then I glued the water tower itself with super glue onto this base, and then super glued the roof onto the water tower. Boy, and that's about as far as I got. I ran out of time, um, but you'll see this finished next week. Uh, uh, um, it's a nice little kit, and it like I say, I buy kits when I feel I can't scratch build it or would to cast a plaster base like that and hand carve it. I have hand carved, but I really didn't feel up to the task this time.